This conversation is about to go wild.
When somebody comes and asks a question about side chicks, why is it always so negative? And why is it like, oh, you guys are wrong or whatever? That man doesn't love you. That man's not going to leave his wife.
There's an argument that sometimes the side chick get the best of the man.
And I do.
Okay. Oh, my God. Are you a proud side chick?
I want you to be really honest.
Okay.
Are you her husband?
Absolutely.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Oh, okay. There's a difference in believing in God and fearing God. I don't think that you fear God, because I don't think you understand the conviction that's being a person who is the person who is stepping into somebody's marriage. God does not approve of that. If you read that word, if you take in your daily bread, there will be a conviction. You think that this is just a book that works for you whenever you want it to work for you. That's not how it goes, baby. So for you to be able to say that you believe in God right now, that's the reason. If y'all really want to know why I'm passionate about this conversation, that's the reason. Because in my walk, I fear God. So every behavior that I have reflects on the godly principles and my fear of God. So I am never going to get up to no mic and say that I knowingly have stepped into somebody else's marriage, and I am okay with that. If the shoe was on the other foot, I guarantee you, if the shoe was on the other foot, you talking about this woman doesn't approve of that. You causing pain to that woman as well. We as brothers and sisters of Christ, we are not supposed to be causing intentional pain on somebody else. So I challenge you. Since you got up to this mic to try to challenge your girl Kitty. I challenge you. Okay? Because now you finna see 6'5" growth side. I challenge you, honey. I challenge you. Maybe you need to fast so you can get that spiritual demon off of you.
She doesn't care about that. She doesn't care about that. She's just worried about the thrill of it all. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care if it's hurting her. I don't even care if it's hurting him. It's not really about him. It's about the boost that I get. It's about the feeling that I get. And if it were to come to it and the woman finds out about us, I have something over her to say, I took your man. Your man is over here with me. I get the best of him. That's what you think. But he's continuing to go home to his wife. So how much are you actually receiving and getting from him? He's still saying, I'm going to go back home to where I came from. I'm not going to spend the night with you. Are you dumb?
Every Hard Talk show, we have a man ask a question, and I haven't seen a man yet.
In my relationships in my life, I find myself holding the weight of their responses or what they may think or feel. And I'm at the point where it's very draining, and I find my value in what they think or what their approval. Yes, yeah, that.
You know what most men's kryptonite is? Appreciation. They will do a lot for a hand clap. It's conditioned in them since kids, because when they grow up, they're always applauded for, oh, Hercules, you did it. Great job. And praise feels good to them. And it's also in alignment with what they're told about men have to be providers. So if I'm providing, they clap. If I'm providing, they give me praise. And so what happens is they will go into all types of self-betrayal for praise and acceptance and appreciation. How well of a job do you do praising, accepting, and appreciating yourself?
I'm not good at it.
Change your inner dialogue.
Oh.
You're very hard on yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
You're very critical. You're very judgmental. And that is not an act of love. We will always seek out the love of other people when we do a poor job of loving ourselves. And one of the ways in which the low-hanging fruit of self-love is my internal conversation. I cannot speak to myself worse than I would allow a stranger to talk to me.
My personal perception and what I've been through, you can't be too overly nice. Like, you could be nice, you could be a gentleman, but don't overly do it in the beginning. Literally the beginning, I feel like the girl should be on you more. So I would say do little shit, and then kind of just be cool. Don't be on her. I got you these flowers today, but don't overly text her for a day or two. But do something that's gonna stay in her mind. Oh, he did not have to do that. He did that for me. Bring her lunch. on her lunch break or whatever.
I told y'all there's nothing to gain from being a great guy. There's no point of being a great guy. Literally, good guys finish last in dating. It's just is what it is. Like, don't be a bad guy, but don't be a great guy either. Just be an okay guy. I wouldn't even bring her flowers like she mentioned. Don't do the flowers. Don't even bring her lunch on her. No. Do things for her in the early stages that, like, the two of you can both enjoy, but, like, just don't be that good of a guy. Just be around enough to keep her interest and enough to where she doesn't think, like, oh, he's really rude and disrespectful. But just don't do anything. Literally just be there in sense of, okay, hey, I want to go and take you out. Just vibe out with her. But that's it. Just vibe out with her. Don't do nothing for her. Literally do nothing for her. And she's going to like you, bro. She'll fall in love with you just because you did nothing for her. It's the guy that's doing everything for her that is getting nothing. There's a indirect correlation between what women want and what women say they want. And it's usually the complete opposite. And so if you want to keep a woman, just don't be a good guy. That is the best way to get a woman. Just be a decent guy.
This is getting ridiculous. Where were you? How do your girl nights end up being 12 hours long?
Well, we decided to watch a movie. I fell asleep.
You fell asleep with the girls watching a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should believe that or start investigating.
No, we just watched a movie. I fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Can't FaceTime you, can't Snapchat you, can't do nothing, have no clue where you are, but you just roll in at 2 a.m. like it's not a big deal.
I told you I was on my way home.
Yeah, well, I don't know, 12 hours with a bunch of girls. What's going on?
I fell asleep, but
Like, what are you doing? Like, are
I
you
leftovers.
trying to, like, do something, or what do you do with
No, I
them?
brought you leftovers.
Leftovers from where?
We had dinner.
Oh, well, at least you thought of me that way.
Why are you sleeping?
Well, I was sleeping, but then I was panicked about you and worried, and I heard the door open. So I had to find out where you are.
And this is the type of behavior that a lot of men have come to expect from modern women. Just coming home at whatever time of the night. If they do come home, no communication, and just really nonchalant about their bad behavior. They, as usual, expect a man to hold down the fort, which is really what they've always wanted the man to do. It just kind of flipped. Well, when I'm a traditional woman, I want the man, as they say, I want the man to go out and work and make sure that he's making enough money for all of us. And when I say enough money, I mean making over and above what I would want. And I want 6 figures. So over and above that, he's got to hold down the fort, whether he's sick or not. Definitely when I'm sick. Hold down the fort. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to go out there and act a fool. I'm going to be out there doing things, saying things that I should not be doing, that I should not be saying. But he's supposed to be at home, holding down the fort. And when I come home at all times of the day and night, he don't need to be saying anything to me.
We're living in a time where women have money. I thought that making money was going to solve all my problems, especially my relationship problems, because when I was in my 20s, I had to date guys that had money because I didn't have any. But now that I make my own money, I felt like it opened up this whole new pool of broke guys that I couldn't date before. So I've been doing that. Last guy I dated, I paid for everything. I paid for trips, I paid for dinners. And now that I've sort of been the man in the relationship, now that I've been in your shoes, I now understand why you guys hate us. It's because we owe you so much money. And something happens psychologically when you start to pay for someone where you start to hate everything about them, you resent them, you start keeping score of everything they do. One night we went to dinner, I spent $200 on dinner. The next morning I woke up, I was like, this is weird. It's 8 a.m. and I don't smell eggs. Yeah, chop chop. Mommy's hungry.
Men don't approach women anymore because of FOBC. They don't want to be viewed as a creep. They don't want to be rejected, especially hot men. The only men that are going up to women and approaching them are ugly.
Guys have figured out the game. And the guys that have options don't need to approach you anymore. That's just the reality. You're so dying for the attention now that they have figured out that if they've got it together, if they're, you know, pretty good looking, if they've got their finances and all, if they've got the confident energy, all that stuff, they don't need to go over to you.
I was too trusting of women. I believed that women was actually suffering, that women actually was victims. I come to realize that a lot of women like this pain. They choose this pain. They want to go through the things that they're going through. Women don't want to change. They don't want a better world. They just want men to do what they want them to do. They want men to change. Women don't want to change. Women just want men to change. Women just want to control men. And
like my question, don't take it personally in the aspect of you wanting to address or attack me, but what the is this victim mentality that you guys have for black men? Because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of you guys are very shitty. And a lot of the time that you guys walk into situations and places and spaces that put y'all in the positions on purpose. So like I'm trying to understand and reason this victim mentality that you guys have.
Did you just say that?
I'm talking.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to reason and validate you guys' but like y'all are coming up with the most
What is the question, nigga? Hello, I'm talking. You're supposed to ask a question, not a sermon. Yes, I'm talking. It's a question. It's supposed to have a question mark at the end, young lady, not a period, not a comma, and not an exclamation point. I know you went to a D1 school. They ain't teach you the difference between a question and a statement, nigga. Oh, you're so smart, but you don't know the difference between a sentence, a question, and a comma. Now, what is the question, ma'am? Please.
ugly money. The question, you weren't listening.
I was. You asked the question and you tried to answer it before to finish asking the question. What's up with this victimization of your man? It just feels like y'all are. How you gonna ask a question and answer them before we get a chance to ask the motherfucker?
Challenge you whenever you speak.
No, I just want another question.
If you're not used to a woman that's gonna.
What is the question?
And you're still screaming?
Please.
Shut up.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to talk. Goddamn.
Still no question. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. I got a question, but I'm gonna answer it before I ask it. And before I finish asking it, I'm gonna answer it for you and keep on asking it.
A lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10.
Have you ever seen a 10 who can't get a decent man? And here this is a woman who's in her late 50s who says she's a 10. Ladies, you gotta stop this. If she does not have a man right now who has already proposed to her as of today, for the rest of her life, she will be reserved for pit stops and older gentlemen who see her as a financial resource. Just facts. And it's not because she's ugly. It's because she played around too long with her most important dating years. And the fact that you guys don't know this makes us look at you like something's wrong with you. This woman is balding in a major way. She's in her late 50s and she doesn't know that she's on the half off rack. Meaning, if you want a man who's younger, handsome, maybe has something going for himself, you're gonna have to be making his life easier. You're gonna have to be paying some bills, ladies. And what's keeping you single more than anything is the fact that you believe that what I just said is preposterous, even though it's your only way out. Right? A lot of you don't understand that you're having so many problems dating because you don't know your dating value. Here this woman is a 4 or 5 on her most amazing day, right? And it's amazing to me that you guys don't know how to shop for good. You do know how to shop for good deals and attack the clearance racks like nobody else's business when you're shopping for yourselves. But when it comes to you, you don't know when it's time for you to be on the clearance rack.
Over 27, time to sell. 30, 50% off. 35, clearance. 40, outlet. 50, Goodwill Salvation Army.
Back to the streets with you.
think most guys, they don't really even look at king treatment. I mean, honestly, king treatment to y'all is really the bare minimum. It's just respecting your man, cooking and cleaning. That's really what it is. You have a bare minimum of that. I mean, shoot, the least a man could do is protect and provide. That's the bare minimum. Okay, if I'm protecting and providing, the least that you could do is cook and clean. I wonder why there was a man online talking about men make the mistake of loving their wives, but not loving their wives the way their wives want to be loved. Loving her how you want to be loved, but not in the way that she feels loved. And I wonder why that seems to only apply to men doing it, but for some reason modern women don't have to love that man the way he wants to be loved. Well, how do I need to love him? Well, what did he ask you to do? Well, he asked me to cook and clean, but you know, I really don't want to do that. Oh, so you don't want to love him the way he wants to be loved. Got it.
Nah, no funny shit. Y'all know who y'all bitches remind me of? Them scamming Habibi that be calling my phone trying to get my social security number, talk about something. Yeah, we got it, but we need you to re-verify. Nah, you tell me, and since you know it, then them switch on you mad quick. Just give me the social. That's how y'all be. Talking to all nice, then you randomly ask for some money to ask you, like, why I gotta give you money? I just met you. Just give me the money or you'll never see me or me. Shut the f up. I know 6 that had their mouth. You're a cum dumpster. What am I giving you money for? And the funny thing is, y'all would be respected more if y'all would just be upfront with it. Like, I think y'all are in an identity crisis. Y'all are like them who wear scrubs at the hospital and push garbage cans around and swear that y'all are nurses. Y'all are janitors. The only thing you're scrubbing is room 107. Let's get that very clear. If y'all would just not do, y'all do everything up does, but don't want to be called a, you know, in y'all bios, when y'all have in there girl mom, Kaylee, and Alyssa's mom, Deshawn's mother, also put in your bio you're up too. Y'all don't know what that is? That's you.
Pay for your food, I'm not gonna pay for her food.
You gonna pay for her food, you gonna pay for whatever I order.
I'm not gonna pay for her food.
You gonna pay for what I order.
This is embarrassing, honey. We done already ate and everything. Like, I can pay for my own fucking food, but this is ridiculous.
What about, like, this is why I'm like going out with your ass. It's always the front because you be on that weird ass.
I'm bringing somebody with you.
I don't trust you. We've been talking for 4 years and your ass is still weird.
If you don't invite somebody and I pay for their tab.
Like, the audacity of you.
This is why you don't date, but this is real mid.
I'm ready to go. That's why I don't like being around your ass. You always got so much going on.
I told you quit f***ing with his bald-headed ass. I told you.
Ladies, let me be clear on something. Your husband has the right, according to the scripture, to tell you what to do, where to go, what to wear. Now, for those that immediately got offended, let me tell you why we got double standards. Some of y'all work in healthcare. All of y'all got a job. Even if you run your business, you work for somebody, they tell you when to come into work. They tell you how to dress. You either wear your uniform or you put on professional or business casual. They tell you when you can take your break. But your husband, and not just your employers, but your husband, who is your actual head, tell you, baby, I don't want you to wear that. Oh, I'm a grown woman. What you want to tell me? Don't nobody tell me what to do. Lies. You get told what to do every day, all day. The only person that can't direct you is the person that God appointed to direct you.
I don't like that you talk too much. I don't like that you gave me 2 dads. It's confusing.
Flawless victory.
This is how you know women never know what they want.
Okay, I am the problem. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, sure, but I'm not going to sleep with you. Like, that's not happening. And he was like, that's totally fine. Just come over. And I was like, cool. So I go to his place. He respects my wishes. He's so nice. He cuddles me all night. And I'm like, are you gay? Like, what? And like, I just wanted him to like try, and then for me to be like, no, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I wasn't gonna sleep with him. I just now I feel ugly.
Well,
this is what.
I was texting this guy and I said, I just don't think men really appreciate like lingerie anymore.
Y'all be wearing that shit to the grocery store.
post office, Target. Slow down, Bessie.
Sis, you ain't ready. You think you are, but you ain't ready. You're not ready to be a wife. See, the kind of wife that we was raised to be, you know what I'm saying? The one that can get her own, to be independent, do what she want, wear what she want, talk as she want. He got to make the money. He got to take you out. He got to do all these things. That's cool. It's real cool. But that doesn't qualify you for being a wife. Let me cook. See, marriage is about covenant, not convenience. And if you get with a man and he's bringing order, and you see that structure and that order as something that is control, you're not ready, sis. You're not ready. Because covenant requires alignment. Covenant requires assignment. As soon as some man starts bringing some order and some structure into your life, you want to call it control. And baby girl, that's not what that is. You're starting to see his correction as something that is a competition. And that's not what that is, sis. He's correcting you because he loves you. You can't bring pride into this situation. You can't do that. And if you start thinking that accountability is an attack, sis, you're not ready. And I'm not talking about the unhealthy man. I'm not talking about the toxic man. I'm not talking about the misogynistic man. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a man of God who is healthy, who is bringing stability, order, and peace into your life. You can't bring instability to sanctuary. He's going to come in your life to grow you, to make you more holy. See, what y'all want is y'all want a marriage that's going to make you happy. And marriage is supposed to make you even more holy. And that's the problem, is we getting into these situations thinking that we're not going to be tested, that we're not going to keep being refined. Baby girl, that man is here for purpose, for assignment. Let him cook. You can't think that you getting a husband is an upgrade. This ain't a product. A husband is supposed to help you with your assignment. You can't walk into a marriage wanting all the benefits of everything, but you don't want to stand down. Sis, he's going to cover you in everything, in all aspects, financially, emotionally. He's laying his life down to cover you. And the right man is going to honor you. And it is going to be an honor for him to do that. The right man he's not trying to control you, baby. That man his love is sacrificial. And you will feel it. You will know, because you will feel even more powerful. You'll feel even stronger with him. You'll feel even more with him. Accountability is not an attack when elevation is the goal. You don't become a wife because he chooses you. You become a wife when heaven can trust you. That's when you're ready.
And there was another clip kind of discussing a similar concept. I think the woman was essentially saying, you really want to know what the secret is to being married? And one of the things that she said is, being quiet. You don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. If you really want to say it, go in the closet and say it. And that's not really about silencing what you want to say and what you want to do, and silencing you as a person. That's really more about you learning to control your emotions, learning to control your mouth. Some things don't need to be said. Some things don't need to be done. But modern women feel like if I don't say everything, literally everything that comes to my mind, I'm not being authentic to myself and who I am as a person. And the man that loves me would allow me to just pop off at the mouth and he would understand. No, he wouldn't. He would give you direction and say, hey, listen, I understand you was upset, but we can't keep on doing that. And you as a person, if you're really his friend, would say, hey, I'm sorry for disrespecting you like that. Because that's what his friends would do. Because they really care about him. Hey, bro, I'm sorry. I really crossed the line yesterday. I ain't going to do that no more, bro. All right, man. Cool. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. All right. I'll catch you later. All right. But y'all will continue. Oh, well, if you love me, you'll understand that I'm going through so much. If you really love me, you'll allow me to talk to you like this, and you'll love me for who I am, because this is just who I am and I can never change. And the man that God wants me to be with is going to allow me to talk crazy and reckless and out the side of my neck. No, he's not. You need to learn to discipline yourself. You want that man to discipline himself. How come it doesn't apply to you?
And I'm just going to get straight to it. Be honest. Do you think that most women are inherently evil or scammers? Do you think that from what you see?
I do. And I definitely do say that. And the reason why I say that is because a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons being a lot of women
It's true.
don't know.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's true. A lot of women don't know what they want. And so they get into these situations of what, either their friends or their family or society tells them that they're supposed to do. And then they do all the right things to get there. Then when they get there, the real them comes out. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of, like, women are hormonal, right? We're completely different than men. But a lot of times women are so wrapped up in their emotions and their feelings, which feelings are fleeting. And they make these brash decisions, and that's scary because a man who's stable, who's in a situation, can just wake up one day and be like, who is this? Like it takes evolution for women to be, in my opinion, more stable, more calm, more logical thinking. Like I think
So you think there's a way they can become logical thinkers? You think there's something on this planet that can make them that way?
I think it's never going to be the same as a man. But I think once they have
Ladies, it's important to carry yourself like a wife before your husband even finds you. Let me break this down. Because a lot of women want to be wives but still moving with no direction or convictions. You can't pray for a husband and live like you don't respect yourself. Carrying yourself like a wife is not about cooking for men. It's not about doing wife duties for boyfriends. It's about how you move when nobody is claiming you. A wife does not entertain everybody that wants access. A wife does not flirt with any little attention she gets. A wife does not move off every little emotion she feels when she's lonely. And this is where the problem is. Too many women think being chosen means being desired. No, being chosen is about being trusted. Marriage is not built on vibes. It's built on character. If you cannot control your mouth now, marriage won't save you. And if you cannot control your body now, a ring won't suddenly give you discipline. And that's the truth. Carrying yourself like a wife means you do not need attention from every man who looks in your direction to feel valuable. You do not need validation to feel secure. You don't need a man to tell you who you are. You already know because of who you are in Christ and who he tells you to be. A wife knows how to pause instead of react. She knows how to leave situations that do not align, even when she likes the person. She knows how to sit in loneliness without filling it with confusion. And let's be honest, a lot of women want the benefits of marriage without the responsibility of it. They want provision, but not submission to God. They want protection, but don't even protect their own spirit. They want leadership, but don't even know how to be led. The Bible says a wise woman builds her house. That does not start with a man. That starts with discipline. How you dress when nobody is checking you. How you speak when you're emotional. How you move when temptation shows up. Marriage does not build character. It exposes it. So if you really want to be a wife one day, stop asking where he at and start asking, am I ready? Because the man you're praying for is not looking for potential chaos. He's looking for peace. And peace is a lifestyle. Carry yourself like a wife now, not to attract a man, but because you respect the assignment. And when the right man shows up, you won't have to audition for it. He'll recognize you because God does not miss.
What do you ladies want for Christmas?
A stable man with a job. Come on now, dude. You guys, it's 2025 and you guys used to fight wars and now we gotta ask for you guys still demand the same things they demanded back then, and then you guys still do what you gotta do. If you want to sit here and go 50 with your girl, you ain't gonna be mad when she go to the club and you go to the club. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. Alright? Unless you're paying the bills and got your priorities straight, we ain't doing that, alright? We're in 2025. We can all afford our own jobs. I work for my ass. Okay. Clock it, ho.
What do you do for work?
I'm a dental assistant, and honestly, I work in the front because fuck working in the back. I'm not gonna do that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna do that, but guess what? I get paid more working in the front than the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much you be bringing in on?
32 an hour. Try me. Take me through there. Take me through there. No, and then my cousin's an RDA. And how much do you make?
I don't say, honey.
26.
That's none of your business. I make 27. Thank you. Good night. None of your business.
But not even that. You cannot sit here and discriminate women. We earn our shit regardless of anything. My baby and my dad, he's a foreman and he gets like 60 an hour. Yes, he gets like 60 an hour and he could barely provide. Welcome to 2025. You gotta ask men to stand up so they can give you the seat.
So let me ask you this: he's a foreman for what?
Oh, a cementer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you know what? They hustle though. I give it to him. He's a great father. He's a bad partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't makes him a bad partner?
He's not attentive. He cheats. And then I cheat back. So it's just a lot.
Okay.
No, I mean, a win is a win. If you're gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat back. Don't get hurt. It's the same scenario.
When you cheat on him, do you cheat on him with the same caliber of man or someone lower than him?
Oh no, we don't bring that up. All right.
So a loser, basically.
No, honestly, we don't bring that up. Baby, I love you. Not the same caliber. It's not that you're looking for someone better. It's just that you're looking for what they don't give you.
I'm so confused.
That's the thing. You look for what they don't give you, and you settle for that because you're lonely and you know. So, look, if my brother sees this, you know what is going on. If my cuñada sees this, you know what. And follow his YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment. Honestly, boost it up. You don't do nothing. You waste 15 minutes on TikTok. Waste 15 minutes and grab me to my boy.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
The part when she said he cheats and I cheat back, something tells me that maybe that's not really the way things go. I was just about to say it before. You're toxic as well. So really, honestly and truly, y'all are made for each other. You know, maybe you're a loser as well as you calling him one.
The men that get upset at women for wanting a man with money, here's an idea. Find yourself a woman that doesn't care about money. There are plenty of women in this world that think time and attention is more than enough. So go get them.
First of all, we're not gonna judge her because we are sinners like she is, and that's not our work, it's God's work. There are things in life that are way more important than only thinking about money. Yes, the Bible talks about the man should provide and protect, but why people think that providing is only money? That is not only about money. Providing is for a man being faithful, providing his faithfulness. Yeah, that's something the money can't buy. And it's way important than money. What other things a man can provide? Peace, clarity, consistency. It's more important to have a man who is consistent with you, who show you that you are a priority for him, who bring you peace. And also you want a man who provides to be with you in the hard times, because everyone is with you in the easy times, but not everyone is with you in the hard. You want a man who provide maturity, wisdom, because some people are so smart but they don't have wisdom. You know that. You want a man who bring you closer to God, not far away from God. So pay attention to that one, please. So there are more things in life that money can't buy. Pick the right one.
Please let me understand this.
9 times out of 10, if you got to come to social media to understand something that's going on in your life, you know you dead ass wrong. Viewer discretion is advised.
My lights got turned off, so I called my baby's father and asked him if he could get my lights turned on for me. He said no, because I have a husband and that's his responsibility. How is that his responsibility to pay my lights to get turned back on after they get turned off?
I told you. If they come to social media about some shit that's going on in their life and they're trying to look for it, you know they about to be on some. Ma'am, you have a husband. He is the man of the house. It is his responsibility to make sure that the lights stay on at the crib. It is not your baby daddy's responsibility. I'm not sure where you got that from, but try again.
That you have kids that stay here. You don't care about your kids. I understand that I have a husband. Granted, don't beat me up over it. But we fell on hard times.
You understand that you have a husband. Please don't beat you up over it, which ultimately means you understand the importance of having a husband and the role he is supposed to play in your life. And all of a sudden, y'all fell on hard times. I really feel bad for hard times. However, what I need you to do is send them kids to their daddy. Yeah, they need to go to a more stable place where things are actually in order. He apparently got light at his house. Give them kids to their father. When you and your husband figure y'all shit out and y'all get off of hard times, you figure out the situation for them kids. That's it.
So as my baby's father, I feel like you're supposed to pick up the slack. So you rather for your kids be in the dark than to help your baby mother get her lights turned back on? What if I didn't have a husband?
Okay, what we're not going to do is present hypotheticals that are not beneficial to the situation at hand. We don't need to dive down the rabbit hole of you not having a husband because you have one. So we're going to address it as such. And no, it is not your baby dad's responsibility to pick up the slack. It is your husband's responsibility to pick up the slack. That man does not prefer for his kids to be in the dark. That's why I advised you to give them children to their father. He got light at his house. Let him go over there.
Would you have helped me then? These men is crazy. Sir, help me get my lights turned on. Don't worry about my husband. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a man.
Is he really doing what he's supposed to do as a man? The lights are off at the crib. Y'all got so many candles, they would have thought y'all was doing a ritual in there. Woman, what do you... Man, okay. You know what? I think I care a little too much about these kind of situations. Moral to the story is if you ever end up in a situation where you're going to have to possibly co-parent, make sure I get joint custody. It's the best situation. But I know a lot of y'all ain't going to listen to what I'm saying because I am just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Although the slogan, "Believe the Victim," has become popularized of late, it has no place in a criminal trial. To approach a trial with the assumption that the complainant is telling the truth is equivalent to imposing a presumption of guilt on the person accused of assault and then placing a burden on him to prove his innocence. That is antithetical to the fundamental principles of justice in our Constitution and the values underlying free and democratic society.
All right. So this is what I'm taking issue with.
All right.
To approach it with the presumption that the victim is telling the truth is wrong, is what this judge is saying.
No, this concept of believability.
She said to approach the criminal trial on that basis of believe the victim.
Yeah, believability. Yep.
Is
Believe
wrong.
the victim. Yep.
So if we're not going to approach it with a perception that the victim's telling the truth, then we're telling our jurors to expect them not to be telling the truth.
No, I don't read it that way.
So we're talking about saying just because the victim's saying something, you can't approach it that they're telling the truth.
Well, just because the victim says something doesn't necessarily mean that something happened. You need more. You need proof. You need evidence.
You say you need proof and you need evidence.
Yeah,
but
you do.
You know, Jay, there are so many defense matters where there is nothing else.
Yep.
And so if we're going to say, don't go in expecting the victim to be telling the truth.
Well, you have to evaluate.
That's right.
Yeah.
But to say victim believability has no place in a criminal trial, that is undermining every victim who comes to give evidence.
Well, if they give evidence in a way that results in a guilty beyond reasonable doubt, then it's not issue.
Well, how much room are we talking? How much room or what percentage of believability do you want the woman to have? Because you're not talking about quote unquote victims. The victim is the woman. You're talking about women. Essentially what you're trying to say it in a different way is believe all women. So what's the percentage of believability? The man just said, and really what the documents are saying is, just because you say something does not mean it's true. So if you say the sky is blue, we're evaluating if the sky is blue or not. Okay, prove it to us. We're here to hear your side of the story. Tell us why, tell us how this happened. It's not like people are saying or trying to discredit you. They're just saying you don't have a license to ruin somebody else's life, which is what a lot of these modern women are doing with these false accusations.
Women who want men to share more, to open up. Don't interrupt him. When he pauses, count to 30. Most men will come in at about 18, unless you're asking about feelings. Could be 3 days. Don't ever ask a question that isn't worth waiting for the answer. And women start waiting for the answer. And lo and behold, men start talking, which is amazing. He's opening up. Then they have a new complaint. Well, I listened to him for an hour and a half, and then he didn't listen to me. Men show appreciation by take and use. You know they appreciate the listening because they're talking. They know they appreciate the sandwich because they ate it. Women show appreciation by direct reciprocity. I listened to you for 27 minutes. Now you listen to me for 27 minutes. And women are profoundly aware of this. The men will open up and then they'll complain, but they're not listening to me. Well, that's a whole other thing. Get listened to by a man. He's not going to do it in return. He's not built that way.
You gave him he left.
You right.
You dropped your whole roster, he left.
You right.
You tricked on that nigga, he left.
You right.
You gave him attention, he left.
You right.
He played in your face and he left.
He left.
Nigga ain't have no job.
Almost like the club isn't a place for a married woman. It's almost like when you get married, you're supposed to grow up and not be a little girl anymore and stop wanting to have fun by going out and partying. It's almost as if being at clubs is something children do because they don't know how to have adult fun. Probably why most kids start clubbing at around 15, 16 and get IDs, and most actual grown adults outgrow it by the time they're 23. This is equivalent to somebody who wants to be a reporter in a war zone, but once they get to the war zone constantly go, I'm not a soldier, I'm press, look at my badge, I'm press. I'm pressed, don't shoot me. Hey, I'm pressed, don't shoot me. Like, if you're that worried about getting shot, if you don't want to be assaulted, then you shouldn't have went to the war zone in the first place. Just as easily say, well, I should be allowed to go there without having to worry about that. Yes, and press should be allowed to be in a war zone without worrying about being shot because it's against the Geneva Convention. It's a war crime to shoot press. Right? Just like it's a crime for you to be assaulted and for you to be uncomfortable, that's not right. But it's still what happens if you put yourself in that situation. I don't want to get shot for being a reporter, but if I get shot, I have to accept the accountability that I got shot because I was there. It's not good that I got shot. That person that shot me committed a war crime and they're a horrible individual, but I still chose to be there. So me being shot is a result of my actions and it is my fault.
If you're a deadbeat man, you can rot in hell, but if you're a deadbeat woman, queen, icon, revolutionary, a modern-day Gloria Steinem single-handedly ushering in fifth-wave feminism, which is just you sitting on the couch eating chips, binge-watching Gilmore Girls while you ignore all of your earthly responsibilities. You are the Susan B. Anthony of spending the day rotting on a bed of torn-open bags of Albanese gummy bears. You are the Betty Friedan of quitting your job and moving into your parents' basement to focus on your improv career. The feminist mystique doesn't hold a candle to your weaponized incompetence. You were never very good at loading the dishwasher anyway. What Mary Wollstonecraft was to advocacy for women's education, you are to advocacy for calling taking care of your own kid babysitting. It's time for the deadbeat woman to rise up, and by that I mean go out for a pack of cigs and come back with a lil puppy that everyone but you gets to take care of.
If my man doesn't like it, I'm not doing it. I just saw this girl post about this and it was so true. I used to be in situationships and relationships where I would never listen to them because I'm like, a man doesn't control me, and they would never listen to me because they're like, a woman doesn't control me. What we were missing for one another was respect. It's respectful to care about your partner's feelings and to put it above anyone else. The reason I'm saying put your partner's feelings and thoughts above anyone else is because when you're dating, you're more than likely trying to find the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Now, if you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person and they're going to be by your deathbed at 95 years old, who should come before that? Probably no one, right? That's your ride or die. That's your best friend. You should want to make them feel so comfortable. Now, this goes without saying. It should definitely be reciprocated and it should be a healthy relationship. You shouldn't just give things up for anyone. But assuming you're in a healthy relationship and assuming he treats you the same way, the more you guys put each other's priorities at number one, the higher success rate you will have. And just the better relationship you're going to have as well. The society we live in nowadays makes you feel weak if you listen to your partner or put their feelings above yours. I just want to know, when did it become weak to respect someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with? What do you guys think?
Well, he just doesn't understand the mental load of motherhood. He was not designed to. He's never going to understand the mental load of motherhood, and you're never going to understand the biblical headship of a man to lead his family and steward his family and shepherd you and your hard-headedness.
Wow.
And then you end up feeling disrespected and I end up
Feeling unloved. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That's how men and women communicate. We communicate through respect and love.
Men are not playing by the same rules. All men are not created equal. I made that video talking about D'Angelo's brother because I wanted to prove a point. A lot of times when I do stuff, it's to prove a point. I go back and forth arguing with dudes on this app all the time about handsome privilege, right? And how men are not created equal just like women are not. Men who are attractive, they do not play by the same rules as average men. They do not play by the same rules as very unattractive men, right? They get privileges that a lot of men will never get to experience. When men sit up talking about all men have to pay to play, no, they don't. Right? But this is something that you will never fully understand because you've never been in the place of an extremely attractive man. So in your mind, you just can't even conceptualize that there's men who just have to exist and women just throw themselves at them. But if you don't believe it, you can go through my comment section and you can clearly see on that video how women are when a man is attractive. And this is why I continuously tell men that physical attraction is the best attraction that you can get from a woman. Dangling money in front of her will only make her want to use you. And if you want to be used, that's fine. I love that for you. But if you actually want a woman who, when she see you, she just wants you strictly off the fact that she's so attracted to you, that's a different level of attraction. That's the type of attraction a man should want. You shouldn't want her to have to think about all the things that you can do for her financially in order for her to get turned on. Right? She can't get turned on to even think about you in a way unless she can think about all of the money and things that you can buy her versus she just look at you and she wants you. But again, y'all are not playing by the same rules. A lot of y'all will never get to experience that. You will never get to have women just off the strength of you looking the way you do. You will have to pay to play. You will have to be an exceptional man. You will have to be a top tier man in every aspect in order to get the same treatment that a man who is just simply attractive gets. And I know that's hard to accept, but we women have to accept it. We're not created equal. We don't all play by the same rules. There's a hierarchy when it comes to women. You're more attractive versus you're less attractive, and the benefits the more attractive ones get that the lower ones don't. The things that more attractive women can get away with that less attractive women can't. That's just what it is.
I see what you're saying, and I see where you're going, but I don't want a woman to lust after me. I don't want that. I think it's nice in its proper place, but long-term lust is going to die down. If a woman is always lusting after me, which is essentially what you're describing lust, right? Now, I want you to see me, and at some point in time, I want you to say, I appreciate this man as a provider. I appreciate this man as somebody who's good to me. I appreciate this man as somebody who supported me, somebody as a partner, somebody who has really given his all to help me to make my life a better existence or to improve my life. This is why I'm attracted to him, right? Now, obviously, when you're first meeting somebody, you don't really have a lot to go off of. But over time, I would expect you to say, It's not just that he's attractive, but this man, I really feel like, at least a lot of times when we ain't mad at each other, I really feel like this man completes me. I really feel like this man understands me. I really feel like this man gets me. And that draws me closer to him. I want to be intimate with him, which is what a lot of women, how they operate. I want to be closer to him because I feel like he's close to me. I feel like he tries to draw close to me. I feel like he tries to get up close to me and to know me, to see who I am. And we can exchange, I say stories, but we can exchange our life and we can grow together and we can understand each other's point of view. That's what I want my woman to see, to be attracted to. I love his point of view. It's so different from mine. Now, some of the things we're in lockstep with, but you know, I learned so much from him. Like I would have never even thought of X, Y, and Z had I not been with my man. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a woman to appreciate my existence. That's what I'm looking for. Like I said, attraction is going to die down. Men know that Chad and Tyrone, women are going to see those types of men and they're going to jump all over them. Men know that. That's apparent. That's what a lot of men have a problem with, is that you will do that. And you'll leave the good guy, who is the person who will say, well, I'm looking for more than your beauty. You'll leave that guy alone. The guy that will protect and provide, to go over here and mess around because you're attracted to that man. You're attracted to Chad and Tyrone. And then when Chad and Tyrone dog you out, then all of a sudden it's all men are trash and I don't want to be bothered with them anymore. And then maybe after 5-10 years, when you've come out of a place of hurt and pain, then you want to go find the good guy that you should have found 5-10 years ago. Honestly, 7 to 13, 7 to 12 years ago. Honestly, you should have, because 2 years before that, before you was messing around, you should have been with the good guy. So, you know, I get where you're coming from, but got to be more to it.